And we're live. Amateur Opinions. Welcome, amateurs, to a new episode of Amateur Opinions. I'm your host, Deuce. You already know what it is. That time of the week again. All right, I've got a fan favorite guest. That's Ijangolet. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm glad. I'm great, and I'm glad I finally got you to come through. It's been a struggle.
It took so long to get this
Probably
together
like
for you guys.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
Of negotiations and
And
trying to
things
be
get in the
scheduled
way.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We missed you.
Thank you.
It's the first time you've actually been on the video platform
Yeah.
of the podcast, so that's going to be cool. People can see a pretty face.
Thank you. Look at this guy flattering me.
What can I say?
But it's weird how these cameras seem a lot closer than Friends Chat, which is a vlog that I do with friends.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weirder because you're so tempted to keep on looking at
to the camera.
Yeah.
I actually forget that
Is
there.
it?
Yeah, I actually forget.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so okay, so for starters, I was actually asking Ijangolet off air, what she thought of a situation that I got into with my sister. So for context, what happened was I posted an episode with my boy Tappy, another fan favorite. People love that guy. And it was an episode on his first sexual encounter. And he was like 12 or 11, right?
Yeah.
So he was basically describing it. And what I did was I took a minute, like a sound bite, which was a minute of just part of the story that he told, not the whole story. And my sister complained. So before I get into exactly what the issue was, I'm just going to play the clip to you because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there it is.
What I consider sex with our, it's something called the mates, but domestic worker, our living domestic worker, right? And I was like 12, right? And she was like 21, right? And for me, that memory is a very good memory. Yeah. And it happened over a few weeks, and to the point where she said, like, no, it's not cool, let's not do this, right? What approached you, right? I approached her. It was weird because we used to sleep on the floor and she slept on the bed next to the floor. So we had a mattress, right? Because we slept all the cousins in one room and her. So one day I was like, I'm sleeping in your bed tonight, right? Jokingly, I just jumped in. And then she was like, oh, cool, whatever, then went to sleep, right? Then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I did some things. I was like, oh, I'm getting somewhere, like, hey, this is working out. And she responded, and it was working out. Oh, fuck, amazing. And then over the next few weeks, I would go to sleep on the mattress, and then in the middle of the night, I would wake up and jump into bed, right? And we'd do whatever we did. But I remember now having what I consider sex with our...
Oh, no, I think it's repeating now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I did. So I took a minute clip, a minute long clip, and then I put it as like a teaser of the episode. Right. So people obviously freaked out.
Yeah.
It's not telling the whole story. It's just a soundbite, right? So yeah, people freaked out, and then they watched the full clip, and they're like, "Oh, okay, it's not that. It's not. I mean, it's deep, but at least it had an ending that's not too controversial." So anyway, but a lot of people obviously don't end up going to watch the whole episode or the whole clip, right? Like a 5-minute clip of the story.
Yeah.
And what the end of the story was, he said, like, I didn't know it was wrong, even though it's a happy memory. It was messed up because I'm a kid, and I'm not supposed to be, exploited by a grown-up.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what he was saying. And how a lot of people just go through situations like those and just assume, like if you've seen on Facebook, maybe our timelines are different, but I follow this page called Lad Bible, and they always have stories of, it's a British page, and they always have stories of a teacher, like a very attractive, like 23-year-old, 24-year-old teacher who will have a relationship with a 12-year-old or a 13, 15-year-old boy who she's teaching. So the comments on the page, there's always a classic comment, which is, "Why didn't I have teachers like that when I was that age?" Those kind of comments. It's like tongue in cheek. And then obviously there's people like, "Nah, that's actually messed up. That's messed up." So yeah. So anyway, so I posted that, and then my sister freaked out. She's like, "What?" Right?
Yeah.
She replied to my Instagram, and then she messages me. She's like, "Yo, you need to take that down." I was like, no, I'm not going to take it down. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Then she's like, because she was one of the people who didn't watch the whole clip. So she's like, nah, it's like, it's a messed up message. What if kids watch it, right? Maybe they'll get ideas. So I was like, yeah, true. Essentially, like, would you like Michael to watch it?
Yeah.
Michael is her 10-year-old son. I was like, no, absolutely not. Then she's like, yeah, so take it down. I was like, no, but he's not gonna watch it. It's not on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, but the whole story is this. And it's like, she's like, yeah, true. The whole story is that, but what you're showing is this. So, in your opinion, what do you think? Do you think I should have taken it down? Or another thing she said is you could have included the part where he then says, but then that's now including the whole clip, which is, you know what I mean?
But I mean, so just off the top of my head, like my natural instinct is you should have taken it down. Or you should have included, because it's not including the whole clip. You could have included just that ending portion to contextualize it. Because I get your whole argument around the fact that, okay, cool, your nephew might not be on Instagram, but then so many other 10-year-olds are on Instagram, right? Or 12-year-olds or 13-year-olds. So if in my opinion, if it's something that you don't believe in and you're not proud to kind of stand beside as a value or a truth you believe in, then I don't think you should put it out there in that specific context. So in the context of a bigger video where he elaborates and there's nuance, fine.
Enough, yeah.
But like a soundbite that could encourage something that you don't believe in, then I agree with your sister. But then is provocative value higher than the potential destruction to society, right?
I think, but exactly. The thing is, I think it's very dramatic to say it's destructive. Because, I think it's very dramatic to say it's destructive because most of my audience is grown up, right?
But is that not an assumption?
No, it's not an assumption. I know people who follow my account. Cool. I actually don't have any kids who follow my account. Yeah. Right. But even in the context of internet, I mean, there's a lot worse on the internet that kids can go through. That is easier to find than my clip, of which, I mean, come on, like my Instagram. It wasn't on my personal Instagram account has kids on it. I didn't post that clip on my personal account. I posted it on my podcast account, which has about 100 followers. All of them are pretty much grown up.
But via Explore, is it not possible for even one kid to gain access to the video clip?
It's very possible. Yeah. I mean, even a kid on my account can, because my bio says host of Amateur Opinions. They can go and watch it. But
so given that context,
but they can also but my point is, it's not the reason. It's not the most it's not a great argument to say it's not the most destructive. Yeah. But if you're really worried about kids seeing bad things on the internet, then don't allow them on social media. It's very simple, right? Because even on Instagram alone, hell, Twitter has porn. It allows porn on it. Yeah. Did you know that?
I didn't.
It allows porn. Like, it's not, you know how there's community guidelines and all that. Twitter allows porn. So if you post porn on your account, it won't be taken down, even if it's reported. So my point is, personally, my kids won't be on until your 16th birthday. That's when you get your account.
And I mean, that would all make sense in a world where you're with your kids most of the day. So a lot of these kids go to school. So my homie happens to be on Instagram. They take out their phone and we all watch, like a lot of other kids did way back when you go on YouTube or you search for things that you shouldn't be looking at. So I think the argument is more around, is it okay that, and I mean, if someone listens to that without any additional context, so if a 12-year-old boy who would have been the same age as Taffy in the scenario, listen to that, do you not think for them it would be a, so even given just and I'm making assumptions here, so correct me if I'm wrong, but given the general male disposition at that age where you're kind of exploring, you're coming into your own sexuality and all these other things, do you not think that could contribute towards sparking a thought? And not to say that listening to your one clip, that means that kid's going to go home and do something with any woman in their lives, but can it not contribute to sparking a thought in that moment? And not that it will end up in the deed, but it does contribute.
It could. Yeah. But I'll take myself as an example as a 12-year-old. If I was to watch that would not spark anything on me.
what kind of 12-year-old were you?
I was a good kid. I was
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So which brings me to my point,
Yeah.
right? If that sparks that kid has bigger problems than my 1 minute clip that he watched, that will spark him to want to do stuff with a maid. You know what I mean?
And what if he does have bigger problems? And then this contributes to tipping him over the edge.
Fair enough, but I don't think that's my responsibility now at that point, because at that point surely the parents, there's something that they have missed in raising that kid, right? So for example, like I said, letting the kid be on social media is destructive for at those young ages. I mean, even people our age, some are affected by it. You know what I mean? So to have kids be allowed to be on because what's the age restriction when you join a social network? They say, are you above the age of?
I'm not sure, actually. I think it might be
18. Is it 18? I don't know.
I don't think it's 18. I've seen
16?
young children on.
No, they can be. But the thing is, they can't prove, right?
Yeah.
So the kid will just say, yes, I'm above this age, even if it's not.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying they do ask that.
But then,
and there's a reason why they do.
Yeah. So here's a question for you. So do you believe in the theory that as content creators, we have any sort of responsibility around the content we put out there? Or should it be purely you have creative license to put whatever you choose to put out there?
I think you should have creative license, and you shouldn't be held responsible for what your followers do because of your content. So for example, you'll have a guy who's right wing.
Yeah.
So you have guy, and then all of a sudden you have this following that's like super like into you.
Yeah.
And then they commit crimes in your name.
Yeah.
Is it your fault that they did that? No. That wasn't, you know what I mean? That wasn't your fault. You didn't say go.
Yeah.
You didn't say go commit these crimes.
But
you just said you hate how leftists are doing this, that, and then the people listening to it then take it a step further and say, we also hate them. Yeah. Now we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Is it your fault?
So that I get, but in that scenario, wouldn't you agree? Like the person who's posting, who's say right wing, because I'll of course use that instead. Yeah. But who's right wing and post something that could be viewed as hateful or inciting some sort of behavior towards a minority group, right? They're posting in consistency with their beliefs, so they do believe X, Y, Z, and we can have a conversation around the problem with their belief or whatever, but it's consistent, right?
Yeah.
Versus someone who, within your kind of life, you don't necessarily believe that sound bite to be true, but you post it because it's provocative and because it of course gets views as well, so it garners interest in the content because we're a society that loves clickbait, that loves controversy,
but it's not clickbait.
But
that
loves sensational, right? Yes. So that's why we curate what the title of our podcasts are, our videos are, whatever, because we understand that people are attracted by that and therefore we get more views.
Right.
So we may put a one-liner that isn't even what we're saying or isn't in consistency with what we believe or value or our opinion on something. So don't you think those scenarios are different, where in this case, if it is in line with kind of what you think about the subject matter, I don't think we can necessarily censor you entirely unless it's overt, like go and kill those people or whatever.
But I'm saying, are you responsible for those people's actions? You're not, right?
But you can contribute to a certain mindset, right?
You can. But still, are you responsible for those actions?
I wouldn't say responsible, but I'd say you're contributing to a mindset which then
So what should they do?
Actions.
Should they censor themselves? Should they...
So I think if you're putting it purely out as like, this is hype, more than this is really what I believe, and therefore I'm putting it out, then you should censor yourself.
So you're saying in my case...
It's hype. But the one line, it's hype. Also, because I love your headlines.
Huh? Oh, thanks for stopping this conversation. How good's the internet in my room? It's decent. It's better than in yours. Yeah. Okay.
So I love the headlines to a lot of your podcasts and videos, and I've told you this. I think they're very intriguing.
Yes,
so then you go on to listen to whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that's my argument here, where if the reason you have that soundbite or that headline to the video or podcast is is because it's hype and it's going to attract views, but then at the same time it's a bit problematic and you wouldn't necessarily want your personal nephew to see that, then I could lean towards what your sister's saying
that
around,
I should take it down.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or you should consider adding a little bit more color into the soundbite.
Look, to be fair, I could have made it an IGTV post, which is longer than a minute.
Yeah.
Could have done that. There was no reason I couldn't have done that. But I felt like this was more entertaining, and it was.
Yeah.
People engaged with it. Think this guy's crazy, right? But I don't know. I'm still, but I didn't take it down.
Yeah,
that's the moral of the story, and I don't know.
So, but
in the grand scheme of things, right? Am I really responsible? Let's say her worst fears.
Yeah.
Right.
Your nephew watches it.
Because the thing is, my nephew's not gonna watch it because he doesn't have Instagram. I know that, and because they're actually very careful with like they can't the tablets that they have.
Yeah, they can't
install apps because they need a code to do it. Right. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. If the kid then I don't know watches
to
it
school and watches it with friends or whatever, that's
another story. But all I'm saying is I think if it actually causes them to do that, then I think they had bigger problems than, because I know if my nephew watched that video, he's gonna be like, that's disgusting, right? He's not gonna be like So I think you know what I mean. So that's what I'm saying. That kid has bigger issues. Something was gonna get him to that point anyway.
I get that.
That's my point.
So then I guess zooming out and maybe looking at the conversation from a bit more of a macro perspective. So if, let's say, a leader of a political party or a leader of a company says, let's all kill a certain race of people or whatever, and then people go on to do that, would you place any responsibility on the leader who said that? And this leader evidently has followers, because I guess, so if we take the followers thing a bit more extreme, because yes, you have followers on Instagram, but this person has people who buy into their ideology and the stuff they say actually matters. Would you hold them responsible for the actions of their followers?
He said go kill.
Yeah,
of course.
Explain to me
why. Because he said go kill. Those are instructions. But then it's like a cult.
But then couldn't you argue the same thing around the people who actually go and do that have bigger problems? Because I could hear that as someone who buys into this leader's philosophies or whatever, and still, in spite of hearing that, choose, hey, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the people who actually follow through. So your whole argument about those people then just have bigger issues. Wouldn't you argue it's the same thing?
But you literally told them to go do it.
Which I get. I get that.
So you're for what they're doing. Okay, is what I'm saying. So let's but I'm not for that.
And let's say he said, I've done this, and he's not necessarily saying go do it. Would you hold the leader responsible?
He said I've done this.
I've done this, and this is kind of. So this is a
sound glorifying
bite.
It?
This is a sound bite as well. So I'm trying to draw a parallel.
But what's the tone in which he's saying it? Is he saying it is in he's glorifying it, or he's saying that wasn't cool?
Neutral.
You can't be neutral with that. Come on now.
That's fair. I'm trying to draw a parallel between the scenario.
I know you are, yeah. So,
saying I've done it and kind of it's a thing in my past I'm reflecting about, and I kind of view it as something that I would still do. I personally. But not necessarily saying you, Glenn, who believes in my ideology.
You're not denouncing the behavior.
So in that scenario, then you would say that person's responsible for that.
You're not denouncing it. So
in this clip, there's no denouncing.
No. Actually, I wouldn't say he's not denouncing it. He's actually he's doing because denouncing is an action. He's doing the opposite of denouncing. What's the opposite of denouncing?
Promoting.
Yeah, he's promoting it.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting anything. So if
but from that for example, soundbite, so especially where he hits the line around that was a pleasant memory for me, and the part where he's like, and then I saw things were going somewhere, and I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? So just seeing that as a youngin,
promotion.
It sounds like promotion. So the first time I heard it, because you had actually shown it to me before, but a while back, And the first time I'd heard it, I was a lot more shocked than this time because I had already seen it now when I was watching it again. It sounds like promotion, unless you understand the context of the entire clip.
True, but the fact that if something happened, the fact that I would go and say no, I do not promote this way of thinking, or I'm not saying kids go do this, right? Obviously, but which brings me to my point where I was saying the channels which are against like certain things, and then some followers then end up taking it to a bad level, and then the channel owner is slated for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he says no, I'm totally against what these people are doing. I'm not for it. So in that case, the intent wasn't for people to do it. So I don't know. It's a tough one, but
to he who great power is given comes great responsibility.
I don't have great power.
Someone spots it. You have some power.
A little bit.
But that's the crux of my argument. But
kids shouldn't be on social media.
And I agree with that as well, which I fully agree with.
So this content is not meant for kids.
Which I agree with.
If like people who do pornography, who shoot pornography, their content is not meant for kids.
Yeah.
Right? If kids watch it, it's not great. Right? It's not great for them. But it's not meant for kids.
Yeah.
So are they really responsible for kids then watching it? I
mean, that's a very extreme example.
It's very extreme, but it's facts, right? Like, because as parents, what's on the internet. Stop your kids from being on such sites and restrict their access.
Yeah, and I agree with that. So I think it's two sides of the coin. So that what you're saying, definitely true. And then to he who much power is given,
my content is adult content.
Yeah. I hear that.
At least 16, at least below above 16 years old.
I hear that.
It's not meant for 12-year-olds.
I hear
even
that.
Other episodes that I have guests swearing. I don't want 11-year-olds hearing that. And on my on my episodes it has a little explicit icon on it. Doesn't that excuse me from it? Surely.
Not entirely.
Surely.
Not entirely.
Surely.
Because of the intent. So what I'm arguing around is the intent behind that 1 minute.
The intent is for you to go listen to the whole story.
But then the intent and tone, where tone sounds promotional and intent is let's get those numbers.
Yes.
But to he who much power is given, much responsibility. Much is expected. Yeah. So I just think in general as a society, and this is a thing that I think about a lot. So given that you're given platforms, so if I'm given a platform to speak or whatever, there is a level of, because you understand that you can influence people, there is a level of you do need to take it with a pinch of salt. So yes, with my friends, there's some things that I'd say in the confines of our circles that are problematic because we're joking and we're just kind of hanging out or whatever. But I can't approach a platform or a context where I know people are listening and could be influenced by it the same way. And I do agree that your content tends to be very like entertainment based, very like interesting content that wouldn't necessarily be for children, and that it's not the same platforms. But I do think there's still a level of responsibility that should happen in the way you put stuff out there. But I hear the thing that you're saying around it is explicitly not content for children.
And I put an E on each episode. And each episode has an explicit icon on it.
Yeah. So that I hear and I sympathize.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But I
think you should put up a poll, actually.
Right. I should.
That would be quite fascinating.
When I post this episode, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll put the clip and then put a poll afterwards. Like, what do you guys think? Am I responsible for what my people think or whatever they believe? All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Cool. Thanks so much for joining me. It was great having you.
Thank you for having me.
I loved it.
Always a good time. You see
how time flies when it's us?
It actually does.
Man, it's crazy.
So I was looking at my watch and I was like, what?
It's been 20 minutes. Yeah.
Already?
Crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank
Instagram.
You for having me.
What's your Instagram?
Ijangolet Ogwang.
Ijangolet Ogwang.
An Image in a Mirror is still in stores if you haven't got a copy yet.
The second edition.
Yes. So it has this exciting like artistic cover. So you can find it at the book lounge, at exclusive books, or ask them to order it if they don't have it.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, y'all check out her book. She's it's a great book that I haven't read, but I will read. I told you I'm going to read it on the plane.
This breaks my heart.
I'm going to read it on the plane.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah, I will. Okay. I will have to. All right. And just remember to subscribe on all our platforms. That's iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Don't forget to do that, and like and share. And don't forget to leave us a review on iTunes, especially. We need to climb those charts, boys and girls.
Well done.
I had to bring that in. All right. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy your week. And these are amateur opinions. Take it or leave it. Peace.
Bye.